Tim. Elizabeth, South Australia, played or been out here before?
No, it's the first time. But no, it's unreal. You know, look at the local support in the community and that. And I think I was sort of told just briefly on the bus that Bunga used to play here, is his junior footy club. So no, it's unreal.
Bunga being rested, how did he take the news that he was going to be rested for a trip back to his home state and obviously his home ground?
Yeah, I was quite surprised, mate. He actually played pretty well he trained really well throughout the week. So yeah, it was a bit of a surprise, but yeah, spoke to him briefly. He said he, obviously one of our older boys, and yeah, felt like the body was a bit stiff, so put his hand up. So no, it's good for one of our younger boys, getting an opportunity as well. But yeah, thought he would have loved, being back here and seeing some old faces.
You gave him a bit of a shout out and posted it on Twitter. Do you think he'll enjoy watching that from Perth?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure how how invested he is in the media, and if he's on socials and stuff like that. I don't think he is, but I'm sure he'll see it somewhere, and hopefully he gets a little kick out of it.
TK, how are you enjoying the gather round festivities as well here in Adelaide?
It's been great. I think a few of us boys have said a few times, this would be unreal having back in Perth, but no, it's been really good. I think the city's buzzing, and it's so good for everyone, just the people out here, just to get around, or AFL clubs, being in the one spot. So I think the city's been unreal, and fingers crossed something like this can happen in Perth soon.
Any messages between yourself and your former teammates ahead of tomorrow?
No, it's been pretty, business as usual. I saw a few of the boys. We actually all landed at the same time yesterday when we got in off the planes. But yeah, it's a bit of small talk, But yeah, always exciting to come up against the old club. They're obviously reigning premiers, and coming off a really good game last week, so it's going to be a tough game.
How do you see that midfield this year without Joel?
Yeah, obviously, pretty hard to, he's a pretty hard guy to sort of replace in terms of, he's their spiritual leader. I've seen it firsthand, what he brings to the table, not only on field but off field. They've been also in a pretty good position to have, guys who've been around for a long time, and obviously Danger stepped up now they're skipper and whatnot. So yeah, look, they're still a very, very strong team, and I think last week's second half showed that.
And your form at the moment, is this the best sort of few weeks you've felt since joining?
Oh, look, I'm not sure. I think definitely in terms of consistency has been good, but I think I've also had some big games here and there, probably just a little bit too and far apart, but in terms of consistency, I feel like I'm in a good place, and the body's feeling really good. I feel really fit, and obviously not a great position we're in from a list and health point of view, but just trying to go out there and play my role and provide leadership for the younger boys. We've got a lot of young mids coming through, so that's sort of front of mind when I go out there. Just give them my all, and make sure that I'm helping the young boys out where I can, and just try and play good footy.
Have you enjoyed that extra responsibility without Shuey and Sheed and those sort of guys?
Yeah, I think I've said this before, but it's I'm sort of more the guy who just sort of go out there and sort of more lead by example than the guy who sort of has a lot to say in meetings and one-on-one combos with boys and running through things here and there. So it's been different, but it's something that I've enjoyed, and something I've had to sort of step out of my comfort zone, to help these young boys, because I am one of the more experienced players sort of out there in this midfield group with some of the likes who we don't have playing. So it's been good. I've enjoyed it, and it's definitely an area that I've got to grow in. So yeah, I'm enjoying that part of it.
Tim, in terms of obviously the Cats winning the flag last year, do you reckon they'll remind you of that deal that happened a few years ago and the boys were getting to you a little bit?
Not too sure. Look, I was probably happier than anyone to see the boys win. Obviously, you got a lot of close mates there, and we had a couple of cracks at it in my time being there, and it felt like they missed out on one in 2020, and they've come very close so many times. So I was actually I was gunning for them, and I was happy to see them win. So yeah, look, if I cop a little bit of smack, that's all part of the game, but absolutely no regrets. Just trying to I'm loving being back in Perth, and I love playing, playing for the Eagles, and just trying to, get this club back to its winning ways. So,
in terms of the mentality of the group, obviously so many injuries they continue to happen pretty much from the Derby on, and last year you didn't get a clean go at it. What's the mindset of the group, knowing you're sort of well below the best in terms of the personnel you're putting out in the park each week?
Yeah, it just comes back to squad mentality. So we're always talking about it. We had to, that was, a big part last year was just having squad mentality. It doesn't matter who's playing. Ideally, you'd obviously got a preference with who you'd like to be picking from and availability and all that stuff. But it really does come down to squad mentality, especially with the Derby was just absolute carnage. We're trying to work towards a style and a brand of footy that stands up no matter who's playing. So, the guys are going to get opportunities, and hopefully they can come in and we can make it as clear as possible. They come in, play their role, and like I said, we're building towards a brand. So that's able to stand up, hopefully in big games.
That brand you've been trying to build for about 18 months. How hard is it to actually implement though and get some good foundations and progress when you are missing so many of your first choice players?
Yeah, I mean it is hard. You want continuity. You want to be able to. I think the best teams, they live in a space where they're probably for months on end they've got the same guys rolling out. And there's not much change. So. Obviously we haven't had that for a long time, it is hard, but again, that's where, the training, the prepping, all the meetings, all that sort of stuff we have, that's where it all comes into plan, because, ideally you don't want to have too many young guys coming in at once, but it is what it is. We just got to try to upskill these boys as quickly as we can and make sure that they're clear game day to come in and fulfill a role, so, yeah.
Tim, sorry if you've answered this one already. Jeremy Cameron, will you need a team approach to stop him, or can you give it to one man?
Oh, I think so. I think it takes a team approach. He's obviously an unbelievable player in great form, and I think he's probably one. He's going to take more than just one player, because he can really grab a hold of a game and turn a game on its head really quick. So. I think if we can get the ball going our way and keep it down our way, I think that's half the problem. But he's a great player. He's going to have his moments. So it's just trying to nullify him when he is on, and hopefully he doesn't put it on the scoreboard as much. That'd be the plan.
Well, you boys seem very up and positive as you should be. Does the neutral element to the game, as opposed to being down the highway in Geelong, give you a bit of a spring in your step?
Yeah, look, I think it does. I think unless we're playing them at Optus, you'd take Adelaide any day, given our recent performances down at GMHBA. So, it's obviously, I'm not sure the two clubs have ever played there. I think it might be a first, but we play okay. We play okay in the past at Adelaide Oval, so bit similar to Optus, I think, in many ways. So. See how we go. If we don't show up and have a crack, we don't believe we can do it, then we're kidding ourselves. So we got to give ourselves a chance.